take pizza night seriously. When I mean serious, it's come to the point that I've created my own New York style pizza dough recipe, which I use locally milled flour for and ferment for at least 3 days, which seems like a lot of time, but trust me, it is worth it. I also prefer to shred my own cheese and cut my own pepperoni because it really does make a difference in the flavor. I like adding freshly sliced thin tomatoes because it really adds a nice fresh dimension into the pizza. Now it's time to work on the dough. I start by sprinkling my pan with semolina, which helps it not stick. Now it's time for my favorite part, stretching out the dough. What really sets apart this dough is the fermentation process. Fermenting the dough helps to develop the gluten structure and flavor, yielding a lighter, chewy, yet crisp crust. The beauty is the longer it ferments, the better it turns out. This is probably my favorite dough to work with just because of how soft, pliable, and stretchy it is. Because of how well developed the gluten is, I have no problem stretching and pulling it around so it gets super big. I like to get it pretty thin because then it allows the flavors to really pop while still allowing the edges to get nice and bubbly and airy. Excuse my thumb, but now it's ready for the grill. After patiently waiting a minute or two, it's now ready for the toppings. Trust me when I say don't buy the pizza sauce. Pasta sauce makes a better pizza sauce. My personal favorite is the spicy vodka one from Carbone. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but ricotta is better than burrata on pizza. I incorporated by first making dollops and then spreading them out to make sure you get the flavor of ricotta in every bite. Now it's time to add the freshly grated mozzarella. I also grate on a little bit of pecorino romano to add a depth of savoriness. No, these are not anchovies. These are balsamic caramelized onions, which really add a nice savory note. Now it's time to layer on the tomatoes. After salting the tomatoes, the pizza gets a thin layer of prosciutto. Last but not least, pepperoni. And on to the final touches. I like sprinkling with a little bit of basil, this chili crunch hot honey, which is actually more savory than sweet. I think it pairs really nicely with the pepperoni and prosciutto. Then a little bit of olive oil, and now it's ready for the grill. And after 4 minutes, it looks like this. Immediately after it comes in, I garnish with Parmesan and it goes in the broiler. Broiling it helps the pepperoni curl up and get nice and crispy. Then it goes in the broiler a second time just for 30 seconds so that the oils from the basil release. After it's been cut, all there's left to do is enjoy it and munch. I always start by plating 1 slice for my mom and 1 slice for me. Everything turned out perfectly and my mom rated it a 10 out of 10.